Be hard on yourself. There comes a moment in every life where silence screams louder than words, where your reflection starts asking questions your comfort can't answer. Look at yourself. Really look. Are you proud of who you are? Or are you just floating, distracted, soft, hoping life hands you something it never owes you? Being easy on yourself is a trap. It's the lullaby the weak sing as they drift into mediocrity. You weren't born to be average. You were born to conquer pain, pressure, discipline. These aren't punishments. They're the price of greatness. You think the world cares about your excuses? It doesn't. It rewards the relentless, the self-made, the ones who say no more and mean it. Be hard on yourself because no one else will. Push yourself when no one is watching. You want respect? Earn it in silence and let results shout. You want change? Start by killing the part of you that clings to comfort. There's a beast inside you, chained, neglected, dying to be unleashed. Stop being your own enemy. Be the reason your future self never forgets your name. Don't wait. Rise now. Fight now. Be hard on yourself because the world is already harder. Comfort is a beautiful lie, a seductive trap that whispers to you every day, telling you you're fine where you are, that you deserve rest, that everything can wait until tomorrow. Yet lulls you into thinking progress is something passive, something that just happens over time. But the truth is, comfort kills ambition. It's the silent assassin of growth. The moment you start prioritizing ease over effort, you begin the slow death of your potential. Every time you hit snooze, every time you skip the gym, every time you choose the easy path, you reinforce the idea that what you want can wait. But greatness doesn't wait. It doesn't tolerate delay, and it doesn't reward hesitation. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. Growth lives in discomfort. It lives in those early mornings when you drag yourself out of bed before the sun. It lives in those workouts that leave your muscles trembling and your lungs burning. It lives in the long nights grinding when everyone else is asleep, when no one is watching and when no one is clapping. Growth demands sacrifice. It asks for your blood, sweat, and tears, not your and comfort. It offers you the opposite: ease, relaxation, false peace. But the price? Your dreams. Look around you. The people who change their lives, the ones who build something out of nothing, they didn't get there by being comfortable. They suffered. They endured. They chose pain when it wasn't required. That's the key. Most people wait until life forces them to be uncomfortable. When the bills pile up, when their body breaks down, when they lose everything. But the elite, the unstoppable, they chase discomfort before it comes to them. They seek the hard path on purpose, because they know that strength isn't born in comfort, it's forged in resistance. Comfort convinces you that average is acceptable, that it's okay to settle for a little less than what you really want. It tells you that one missed day doesn't matter, one skip step won't hurt. But it does. Every little compromise adds up. One missed workout turns into a week. One lazy decision becomes a habit. And suddenly, months have gone by and you're still in the same place, still stuck, still dreaming instead of doing. That's what comfort does. It slows your climb until you forget you were even climbing at all. The truth is, your goals are not going to be achieved while you feel good. They're going to be built when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're alone. That's the price. So ask yourself, do you want comfort or do you want growth? Because you cannot have both. You don't become a lion by laying in the sun. You become one by hunting, by fighting, by refusing to let weakness live inside you. You become powerful by going to war with the soft part of you that just wants to take it easy. Think about every time in your life you actually changed. Was it when things were easy? Or was it when things were falling apart? When you were forced to rise, to dig deep, to become something new? That's the gift of discomfort. It breaks who you were so you can become someone stronger. But comfort? Comfort keeps you exactly the same. And if you want more from life, you cannot stay the same. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for someone to save you. No one's coming. The only person who can change your life is you, but only if you're willing to suffer for it. Only if you're willing to walk into the fire. Because fire doesn't just destroy, it refines. It burns away the weakness and reveals the warrior beneath. Be honest. How bad do you want it? Because if you're not willing to be uncomfortable, then you don't want it bad enough. You say you want success, but you skip the hard work. You say you want to be strong, but you avoid the pain. That's not desire, that's fantasy. Desire is proven in the struggle. You want to know who you really are? Watch what you do when it hurts. That's where character is made. The path is simple, but it's not easy. You already know what you need to do. Wake up earlier, train harder, eat cleaner, cut out the distractions, push through the fatigue, stop complaining, start executing. That's it. The blueprint has never changed. But you won't follow it if you keep chasing comfort. It will lie to you, pamper you, rock you to sleep while life passes you by. And when you finally wake up, it might be too late. So today, make a decision. Choose the pain, choose the fight, choose the challenge, because every time you do, you step further away from the average life you were never meant to live and closer to the savage, disciplined, unstoppable version of yourself that's been buried under layers of softness. Tear those layers off, face the mirror, embrace the grind. Comfort is the enemy of progress, and if you want to win, you must be willing to suffer. Every single day, you are faced with a choice. A silent, often unnoticed decision that determines everything about your future. It's the choice between what you want now and what you want most. And that choice is the very definition of discipline. Discipline is not about punishment or suffering for the sake of suffering. It's about clarity. It's about knowing exactly what you desire deep down and refusing to let temporary urges steal that from you. You see, most people don't fail because they lack talent or opportunity. They fail because they keep choosing what feels good right now instead of what's right in the long run. They want the body, but they choose the pizza. They want the business, but they choose Netflix. They want success, but they sleep in. They chase pleasure instead of purpose. And then they wonder why they're stuck, why their life feels hollow, why they keep spinning in circles. The answer is simple. They keep choosing what they want now. What you want now is easy. It's instant. It's comfortable. It's dopamine in disguise. Scrolling on your phone, lying in bed, hanging out instead of working, junk food, gossip, numbing distractions. It's the short-term hit that gives you a few seconds of satisfaction and then leaves you emptier than before. It takes nothing to choose what you want now. No courage, no vision, no strength. Anyone can do it. That's why most people do. That's why average is overcrowded. That's why dreams die. But what you want most, that's where the fire is. That's where your soul lives. That's the physique, the empire, the mindset, the freedom. That's the legacy. And that's never handed to you. That's forged day by day, hour by hour, choice by painful choice. Because choosing what you want most means sacrificing pleasure. It means saying no to now so you can say yes to everything you're meant to become. It's the 5 a.m. alarm when your body screams for more sleep, but your goals demand your rise. It's putting in the extra reps when your muscles burn and your mind begs you to quit. It's skipping the party because your vision requires work, not wasted time. It's studying, building, grinding when no one is watching, when there's no applause, when it feels like you're alone in the dark. That's discipline. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. It's brutal. It's lonely, and it's everything. Discipline is what separates the weak from the unstoppable. Because motivation will fail you. It always does. There will be days when you don't feel like it, when life hits hard, when the progress feels invisible, when nothing goes your way. And in those moments, only discipline can carry you. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It demands action. It doesn't care about your mood. It respects your mission. Discipline is loyalty to your future self. It's love in its highest form. Because anyone can love who they are today. But discipline is loving the person you could be so much that you refuse to betray them. And the truth is, you already know what that version of you looks like. You've seen them in your mind. You've dreamed of them. The stronger, sharper, relentless you. But they're not real until you make them real. And every time you choose what you want now, you kill them a little. You push that person further away. You delay your own greatness. Let that sink in. Every excuse, every skipped task, every wasted hour, it's self-betrayal. You're not just letting yourself down today. You're stealing from your future. You're choosing comfort now and pain later. But the disciplined, they flip the script. They take the pain now to earn the peace later. They suffer today so they can live free tomorrow. That's the price. That's the cost. That's the sacrifice. You want to win, you want to rise, then stop making decisions based on how you feel in the moment. Start making decisions based on who you want to become. Start acting like the person you're trying to be. Because the gap between where you are and where you want to go, that's where discipline lives. Not in the big moments, not in the grand victories, but in the tiny decisions. The meal you choose, the rep you finish, the hour you focus. Every small action either builds you or breaks you. So next time you're faced with that choice, and you will be over and over, ask yourself, am I choosing what I want now, or am I choosing what I want most? Let that question burn into your brain. Let it guide you, because every time you choose the long road, the hard way, the disciplined path, you separate yourself. You become uncommon. You become dangerous. You become undeniable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. You need to keep showing up day after day, no matter how you feel. Because in the end, it's not the most talented who win. It's not the luckiest. It's the most disciplined. The ones who never stop. The ones who choose vision over comfort, legacy over laziness, power over pleasure. Be that one. Choose what you want most. Every damn time. Respect is not something you can demand. It's not something handed out with titles, likes, or fake praise. Real respect, the kind that lasts, the kind that makes people speak your name when you're not in the room, is earned in the shadows. It's earned when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when the world is silent and you still choose to show up and do the work. That's the truth most people run from. They want recognition without the grind. They want praise without pressure. They want the spotlight, but they're not willing to bleed for it in the dark. You see, the real work, the life-changing effort, doesn't happen when the cameras are on. It happens when the room is empty. It happens before dawn, when the world sleeps and you're training alone. It happens in the quiet, where there's no validation, no approval, just pain, progress, and persistence. That's where respect is born. It's not glamorous. There's no applause. Just you, your goals, and your willingness to suffer for them. Everybody wants to be respected, but few are willing to pay the price. Because earning respect means doing what's right when it's hard. It means keeping your word when no one's checking. It means pushing yourself when nobody would blame you for quitting. The people who are truly respected in this world, respected, not just followed, are the ones who mastered themselves in solitude. They became dangerous in silence. They became disciplined when there was no reward in sight. And that's why when their moment came, they didn't break. They were ready. Because they didn't train for the stage. They trained for the war. The problem is, we live in a time where everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants credit. They chase likes, clout, approval, validation from people who don't even know them. But respect isn't found in the comment section. Respect is found in your consistency, in your integrity, in your grind. You want people to respect you? Stop talking, stop bragging, let your actions speak. Let your results speak. Let your presence speak so loud that your name enters rooms you haven't even stepped into yet. The truth is, you don't build a legacy in front of crowds. You build it in isolation, in sacrifice, in repetition. No one sees the mornings you didn't want to get up but did anyway. No one sees the nights you stayed up grinding while everyone else was relaxing. No one sees the failures, the tears, the setbacks that you had to battle through alone. But those moments, they matter more than all the highlights put together. That's what makes you real. That's what earns respect. There's something sacred about working in silence, about putting in the hours not for recognition, but for transformation. Because the strongest version of you doesn't care who's watching. That version of you is too focused on becoming better than yesterday. Too focused on making sure that when the opportunity comes, you're ready to seize it with both hands. And when people finally notice, when they finally ask how you did it, they'll never understand the nights you cried in frustration but didn't quit. The times you failed, fell, got rejected, but got up again with even more fury. That's the part they don't see. That's the part they'll never feel. But that's the part that earns respect. Let everyone else chase attention, you chase growth. Let them show off while you show up. Let them celebrate too early while you keep building. Because at the end of the day, respect comes from becoming undeniable. When your work speaks for itself. When your discipline is visible without words, when your results demand recognition, not because you begged for it, but because they can't be ignored. You want to know the difference between the respected and the forgotten? It's what they did when the lights were off. It's who they became when no one was cheering. Because in those moments, there are no shortcuts, no pretending. You either put in the work or you don't. You either become stronger or you stay the same. And life will test you again and again until it's clear which one you are. Understand this. If you need applause to keep going, you will never finish the race. Because the path to real success is long, lonely, and filled with doubt. If the only fuel you have is external validation, you'll burn out the moment things get hard. But if you're driven by something deeper, something internal, then nothing can stop you. Because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. For the standard you set for yourself. For the legacy you're building in silence. And when the time comes and the world finally sees what you become, it won't just be respect. They'll feel your presence. They'll know you didn't get there by chance. You earned it with sweat, with pain, with lonely nights and early mornings, with grit and grace. That's how you rise. That's how you earn respect that lasts. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. When no one is clapping, when no one believes, when only you do. So when the lights are off, when no one is cheering your name, when it's just you and the grind,